Alright, good evening everyone, welcome to the channel. Alright, we got ourselves last week into... That's the right one. In Minecraft in our multiplayer stream. So now Minecraft SMP. So last week where we got up to, we finished doing all the arches, which you can now see there, and we should have noise up to. We finished the pillars, did our 5 arches, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the big overarching 5th arch. We've then started filling in the internals and filling the external walls. We had to work out a little bit to do with floor composition, etc. We decided that we're going to keep this main floor level as stone. So we finished the little chapel here, although to be honest, I think we're supposed to have a door there for the priest's quarters, which is on the diagram. Is actually right next door. This is going to be a stables. We filled in, or at least we finished. We haven't put the ladders in, but we've basically got the towers complete. We got the upper level walkways complete. We worked out last week that our front walls under the upper walkway come all the way up, except for this one here. Special. We are going to turn the floors down here into timber, into acacia, because, well, savannah's right there. We've basically worked out where the walls and pillars and stuff are. We're going to keep the stairs stone, and we're going to keep that level stone. This week, we're hopefully going to finish the whole thing off. Which is basically putting these walls in, windows, doors, decorating, etc. What we have, now we'll go across to the walkway that has basically a view of it. It's coming along, and it's got the tree plant in the middle. It all looks good. What we have in our design document is a view from this side, and what we don't have is a view from the other side. So I'm going to have to guess where the windows are and what they're looking like, etc. I mean, on the diagram it kind of has indication where window locations are, but there's no indication about wall structure and support. We also made a slight change last week as well in the support. They're not buttresses. Well, they're not. And these supports, if they were kept as stone brick, then they fade in. There's no indication that they're there doing anything. Whereas if I turn them into the deep slate, it actually has quite a decent contrast, and it still doesn't look too out of place. So that works. I also finished carving back the walls, the land surface between the final pillar and, well, the edge of the canyon as such. So carve this out, carve that out, and it don't fall down, and it all looks pretty good. So we're going to continue on then, replacing all these with our acacia slabs. They're going to stay as bricks. I mean, there might be a few places where I convert them, but then you're going to have places downstairs that have silly looking ceilings because the layout of rooms on this lower level does not match the layout of rooms on the level above it, or the level above that. And the other thing is, so while I've acknowledged where I got these designs from, I thought I had access design maps of similar structures from other sources. And I couldn't find them. For ages I couldn't find them. And then just this week I found them. Managed to find where I stored them or had access to them. And so we've got there's probably a dozen more maps from this particular source that I like the look of. That we'll probably be laying out. Then this other source has, well, tons and tons of builds, and it actually appears to, from what I've seen at least, it will convert to Minecraft scale far more effectively. So the difficulty I've had with these maps, or these designs, is a lot of the time the wall gaps and stuff are not 1 meter thick or 1 square thick, and so you get these really narrow sections of the builds that are very hard to replicate, or there's inconsistencies in height between the floors, for example. So if I was to follow exactly the design as it is, these stairs would be extremely steep. But not only that, it kind of a bit hard to work out how high these internal floors are supposed to be. Had a similar issue with the Predjama design, which was the castle in the cave. I kind of worked out solutions for most of the issues that came up there, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it doesn't look exactly like it, but looks pretty good. We had bigger issues with the chateau over the river. That, in part, was due to my selection of blocks, and also in part because it was impossible to get enough fidelity of design and spacing and stuff with the size of with the implied size of various design elements. It just didn't work out. Like, here I am trying to fit 3 different elements into a 2 block wide space. Yep, not going to work. I spent a bit of time trying to work out how I was going to resolve that particular issue. The other thing I need to do in coming weeks is reassess the availability of mods for a newer Minecraft version. On the other SMP I play on, we've just recently hopped across to 121.11. The mod pack, there's a mod pack we run on that, which is now available on that version, so we've been able to basically modernize that. And it's been a while since I last looked at the availability of mods, as the availability of this mod pack across different versions. And so the couple of mods that were outstanding, I hope have been updated. I hope. Because it would be nice to get the creaking and... what's the other thing we're missing? So pale moss and things like that. I mean, the map will be ported across. Quite clearly the... oh, I'm undercover. Quite clearly the new chunks, like the new biomes and stuff, won't appear in the extent chunks. They'll appear in newly traveled areas. Now, I think I can sneak this section back into the wall slightly, or back into the yeah, wall of the canyon slightly. I think this was what was measured out. But again, I'll have to zoom in closer to see that. Okay, so we know you just start working out this lower level, I think. So one of the issues we have on this floor is the design has these very narrow pillars scattered through from the staircase to the far staircase and across this centerpiece here every 2 blocks. Now, if we did that, problem being they're at the intersection of the blocks. We don't do that. We have middle, and so you're going to have that. I don't know. G'day, Ricksite Gamer. Sure. Now, let me just chuck this into chat here. Whoop. All right. So if you head for the Discord, you'll find a channel in there called Multiplayer Server Details, and there's a mod pack in there, and 2 additional mods. So you go and install the mod pack, and if you're struggling for installation and things like that, there's a linked YouTube video in the Discord as well, in the YouTube channel on the Discord, which walks through the installation and setup. If you're struggling with that, it's on my second YouTube channel. So it runs through the setup across a variety of launchers, and also a brief rundown of the mods. Once you've got those up and running, drop back into Discord and DM me your Minecraft username. I'll add you to the whitelist, and yeah, you'll be up and running in a matter of minutes. And then I'll give you a server tour. But yes, people are welcome to join. All right, so the issue I have back here is, okay, well, it's not so much over here where these walls are actually wide enough. The wall should be about here. It's more down this center walkway where we only have 1, 2, 3, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, where the walkway's only 4 wide. But if I was to put the pillars in here, then it's going to support off the wall. I don't want that. I mean, I can keep those ones, I guess. These ones, I'll go anew. All right, so 1, 2, 3. In fact, that was about the right spot actually. And that's across like that. That's a door. 1, 2, 3. And then that's an internal wall. That's blocked from the outside. There's a door there. That's blocked. Now, if I go look at this here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. It says I've got 5 blocks. I don't. I got 2 blocks before I hit that. In fact, that's a door there. No door on this side. That's a door. That's... I guess I can take a room out. Not going to fit otherwise. Alternatively, I bring that in. Now we're going to stay with block stone walls. Is it still a very... Whoop. I mean, appears to be quasi-military structure. Okay, we're going to go like that there. Like that there. One, two, come in here. Hang on left, there's a little room there. Come in here, there's the balcony. So let me just find where the chat was. Yep. Alright, give me just a sec. My Discord's in the way. I never moved it. Normally I move it on an alternate screen. Now I've moved it onto my alternate screen. Alright, now we're back in. Alright, so if we jump, can't jump. Alright, if we come down this end, that doesn't look too bad actually. If I go look at my wall picture, we have that one, that's all good. These windows are 1 block shorter, aren't they? They are. Like that. Yeah, I'll put actual windows in there in a sec. And these have... things like that. Now that's a circular tower, is not supported underneath, but whoop, that is. And I was hiding the I don't think we need any more. Oh, we might. I was hiding the yellow of the stone by putting half slabs in like that. Very good. All right, so that goes up, comes all the way along here. And that is given 3. So goes one under there. Comes out a little bit about there. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, okay, nope. 1, 2, 3. That looks pretty good, I reckon. No, I haven't. I was last week. I was actually setting up the spacing on that. Come on, seriously, did I not set that right? Apparently not. Right, so this was designed, spaced into. I'm looking in the wrong spot. Okay, well this one's going to be the same. Well, it's got the door on the corner. That ain't gonna work. 1, 2. How about we go there? There we go. Funny enough, it gives it as a really narrow, wall there. That explains why. I can't move the windows out there. I've got those already. That works. Alright, so we're going to pop door there. Nothing on the inside. This one gets a door there. And according to the design, these are garderobes. We'll just make 2 of them. How did I do it in the I can't remember how I did that in the pajama design. Give me a sec. I know exactly where my garderobes are over here. Lie down. There's a castle in a cave. And here's our toilets. Upside down stairs. Alright, in we fly. So yeah, this gap here between these two pillars is fixed. I can't make too much variation in it. They're going to be torches. I should have torches rather than lanterns. And I don't have a timber. I don't think I need any more of those stairs. I don't think. Right, so the internal there is all set up. Happy with that. Yeah, these walls are gonna, these corridors are gonna need to be fairly well lit, I think. Okay, so that's that section done. Funnily enough, there is no lighting in this room. I got my count wrong. Did I? 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did. So this storeroom has lights, but it's set up like that. I got a 2 wide passageway. Yep, that's good. This is solid. Across the way here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that is also solid. That does not have an angle on it. Yeah, there's going to be lanterns in a few places. So that comes out to there. I gotta go down there and fix those up in a bit. Okay, this wall is shown as solid. There's a door there. Door, not a... And yes, it's pretty much in line with the one out there. There's no internal... It's gonna need lighting. Meh. Alright, this place across the way comes down here. Also, angles in like that. Also has its door out there. Oh, where that door's there, it's gonna its door's there. And roughly has a room split. Whoops. It's only got 2 rooms over here, so we'll just go like that. Also has nothing internal. Yeah, see, it's not deep enough. According to the diagram, it's got room for 2 beds. You're not, well, even if I had 4 blocks, you're not going to fit 2 beds in comfortably. Alright, so this is shown as having 3 windows. Ain't going to happen. You get 2. This is shown as having 2 windows comfortably. There you go, you're going to have slightly more space. Window, window. No internal door. 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 Alright, that half is mostly done. What we do have is basically like an inn type setup down here. What we will do is we will go down and fill in the cobble. This is certainly a lot more efficient than last week's one. Right, you get out of my build. And you. Alright, so let's have a look at what we've got coming up here. Okay, so we've got an internal 3, 4, 1. Yeah, okay, it does go all the way out there. This is the one spot I guess I can afford to take a little more space. It comes down on stone. Alright. So, what we have here is actually 2 rooms. This comes all the way out to the outer wall, which is going to be set to stone. Alright, so that's 3 by 3. Also a 3 by 3. Again, that's not going to work. A larger room. Smaller room. Yeah, we're not getting a window in there. We can have a window there, though. Again, I wish I had more space for it. But again, if I'm going to make it fit this overall design, as it is, I'm pushing out under the approach path. And it kind of looks, doesn't look silly. Kind of comes up a bit weird. clearly this is like some sort of an inn. So there's no windows given. Except for one there. And then one there. One opposite the door. Okay. Right, that's a bar, and then it goes back another 3. Yeah, I don't think I can accommodate that. If I call that the front wall, these walls, these rooms are going to go back 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's try that. You know, all things said and done, it's actually not too bad a fit. What I might do is I got rid of them, didn't I? I said, nope, I won't need them anymore. Well, I did. And Bob's your mother's brother. That seems to work okay. I mean, you're still not going to ride a horse through. There's stables here, though. I'm going to go down, turn left, into the inn. Huzzah! Well, mostly huzzah. Now, clearly there's no lights, walls, mirrors, windows. That's the word. No, no windows down this end. Offset the door by 1. Push the door that way. I mean, these guys got a window. Okay. Now, it does show it as a bar. Like that. And for the tables, I'm going to go a spruce. Actually, a spruce slab. Alright. My jungle stairs back. There you go, that works. And there can be a table back there. And I got to fill out the storage there. That's going to be moodily lit. Should probably put like a trapdoor. Actually, the trapdoor lifts up. Actually, it'd be connected that way, wouldn't it? Yeah. Alright, pretty obvious what this place is. And there's rooms back here. We put another porch, another lantern there. Okay, I haven't finished decorating. Alright, so that end appears to be built. What we need to do is go down the other end. Space these rooms out. Right, so they were done. Almost a carbon copy of back here. So we bring up 1, 2, 3 diagonal. First port for a door. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will raise those all the way up too. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then the larger room to the left side. Larger room, I said. It's too wide down this end. Yes, there is a window. Yeah, I need to put the glass in, don't I? That's not glass. Where did I put the windows on the other one? Hard up against the wall. Hey! Okay, next rooms. I think there needs to be another couple there. Yeah. Alright, so that's those done. Middle done. I have... two at each end. Alright. I'm going to move this down. Okay, so now that we've got here, it basically closes up to a 2 wide walkway again to there. This comes out. This is a storage room. I can do that. And over this side, we're going to go... we'll be generous. Only because that wall comes in like that. There's a window there. And it was out by 2, wasn't it? Whoop. and then the outer wall was underneath the stair. Oh, that looked a bit narrow. The difference down here is this actually runs all the way to the end. Theoretically, I should be able to. It's too wide. I'll just do double lantern at the far end. We are very, very nearly done. I won't say the ground floor, the bottom floor. I haven't furnished it yet, but all the rooms are there. No, I've done that end. Wrong end. My direction's all off. 180 out. Then that means... And there we go, we're coming through nice and easy. Alright, we know that this is too wide. that's the internal wall. Let me just break out of here for a sec. What is that? Ah. Right, so that'll be filled in to there. I don't think the design... No, not really. There's allowances for anything under there. Alright, looks a little bit more realistic. It's going to want... That works. And it's pretty much the same on the other side. Gonna give that an internal... Well, there's no windows, absolutely no windows at this back end. Sorry to say. And in fact, this room appears to have double doors. Why? I don't know. Alright. And obviously put a lantern in. What I should do is turned around again. I haven't reinforced this side yet, but I have this side, and this side is feature complete, so to speak. Okay. Go up a level. Okay, so it comes back like that. And in fact, that appears to be there's no not there. Again, doesn't quite fit, but basically the commander's room as such. We should put a door in there. We have in here is a door most of the way along. Okay, and then there's a door there. And I did save this. Do that. some reason we have a downward internal access. What we're going to do here is actually bring this wall forward. Okay. Then basically all the way over here. Yep. Nope. And I should change these doors around to have the hinges towards the center. Right, if we go across the other side here, we have ourselves this side also goes all the way to there. Again, we have an internal door. Okay, there's two sets of rooms out here. But so 1, 2, 3, 4. This doesn't need to be that wide. I can actually shorten that. Two, three, four. actually what I got here is a staircase. This has 2 windows at the back. It's actually quite flash. I'm going to go back to those. Okay, flash. Up the stairs. I don't know what's up the stairs at the moment. Alright. There's 2 more doors here, so I'll put one there, one there. What I'll do is I might push it under the... Yeah, we're kind of constrained here. This is not giving us the space we want. Very much not. We've run out of space here. I mean, that's huge. That's a lot bigger than probably needed to be. The staircase kind of constrains the back. I put all the glass in. I did. Let's get these sorted out. that one's done. I might have overdone those. No, I did not. That's good. That's good. Those rooms are basically done. Yeah, when I put in that, oh, it did stay like that. Okay, so that's obviously swapped. Whoop. I'm going to swap around in this final design. A little. Alright, down over here. Oop. Right, so that comes a storage room. Also with a window. Okay, that appears to pick up the same wall boundary. Gives us 2 windows. Space like that. Next room supposedly gives us 2 windows again. I'll go like that, I think. I'll deal with that in a minute. It says 2 windows. We're going to give it 1. Alright, so we have our garden. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now think about this one. I mean, theoretically it gives, this one goes timber the whole way. Got a window, where's the, there. It technically, well, does drop back in 1, and I've mucked that up. Technically it's longer. That feels better. It feels more natural. And this comes out to the same size. Keep a door there. That feels about right. Keep a door there. We have that. Where did I put the door downstairs? There. Sounds about right. Then it kind of gives us a long room from here back. And it's got one set of stairs, one set of doors. It says there was no step back, but there is a setback. No, there isn't. And then this is just really long all the way back here. It's got like a door there. You come in, the door into there, that's a 2x2. Door, that door. Or there into a second bedroom. Bit of light. Got a bit of light in here as well. There's a light in here as well. Get out of the way. There's a window. Window out here. Window out here. And a window there. And then this actually comes across straight, but still retains 2 windows. And that's done there as well. So that side's done. Oh, okay. So we come back around this side. Bring that through there like that. Okay, so it kind of says it wants that to be like a chicken coop. If I set that, like that, and then go, how many windows? 1 down that end. And the door will be there. Alright, so we have props. We have a chicken coop. Give him a little roof. Roof. Actually, that should be acacia, shouldn't it? And then an acacia trapdoor. Like that. I mean, it could make a hay bale, but no real room for that otherwise. Angle stair back, thank you. There's only 1 room down here, yes, and then there's the crops. Alright, so it definitely comes out here. And there's a balcony on this level as well, I think. Certainly looks like one. Okay, so if that's the case, there. Where is my slab? And it's full width. Yes. That's not a slab. Okay, there's no doors down this end. So the only access to this facility is through down there. If that's the case, it has the edge of the stairs, no windows. How do I get up here? Ah, there's an internal stair, and there's an internal stair there as well. Alright, so... No, that has no window. That does. There's a window out here as well. Not sure how this is supposed to fit otherwise. Ah. I did bring it out too far. Supposed to go... No, be a roof. They have to be blocked. Nah, muck that up. There we go. Yeah, so it's the roof of the level below, yes. And that's supposed to be all lined up like that, and then it's going to have these big windows. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go too high on the windows. And then the windows below are also really, really tall. A window there, no window there. Again, we don't quite have the fidelity. Well, it can't go there. We just not put one in. That works. Yeah, okay, that works. I'm gonna put granite roofing in. Just to see how this all works out. And around in the corner we go. I always hated trying to get these. Here we go. Now, I could go polished. I don't know. Kind of think the raw. No, needs to be the normal. Yep, that works. It works. I haven't done the interior wall there yet. I'm going to fix those windows up. Okay. So, what we actually have here is... this rises up one level above. The rest of the roof line. So this roof line comes in down here like this. This one's actually going to be fairly... I'm not going to turn the ends in too much. it will be a normal block. A normal granite block. Kind of is what it looks like. Now, this is meant to be a circle. And that merges into that roof line. There's actually, I've seen it in tech drawing classes. It's a primitive, merging of primitives. I mean, your 3D software like Blender and whatnot will do it now, but it used to be at least at high school level, a part of high school tech drawing, a draftsman class basically, to have to draw the intersection of two primitives. That's it, and it'd be generally cones and cylinders because they were harder to draw and get accurate. I mean, you'd start off with easy ones like rectangles, rectangular prisms, and then you work your way up to intersections of cones and cylinders. Now, they're always hard to draw because manually drawing and accurately representing cones and cylinders was never easy. And you'd have development lines all over the place. But if you got it done right, and that's how they used to do that sort of stuff back in the day for manufacturing and whatnot, it was all done by hand. I don't see the point of... There we go, we do that. We do that. We do that. We do that. Now, that is actually meant to go further up. But I think... bit squat. Let's try that again. Except this time, every second row is going to be... And then we're going to put the block on top. Like that. Right, and then we go central block again. Pull. Let's go straight up. And then we'll put that on top. There we go. It looks a bit convoluted, but that works. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll actually extend this roofline primitive into there. Like that. And this one, also supposed to go one up, lower than that one. We're just going to start. There, like that. What we'll do is we'll bring that across. Yeah, I think that kind of works. I mean, not the best. This doesn't exactly go back. What we will do is we'll drop that across. Like that. That'll be infilled. And then in fact, then this gets dropped one. Okay, that's a bit messy, but only fits the bill. Nope. Nope, 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 not good enough. It doesn't go all the way under. Well, it's supposed to go all the way under. Mm. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Yeah, okay, that works a lot better on left side than right side, but it's there. We've got the roof line in. A roof line in. But in fact, what I can see from here already is that this one has its own roof. I mean, it should really be like some sort of ecclesiastical roof style, but what's one of those? And I think we can stick to pretty benign roof lines. I mean, the person who's drafted this has given each of these buildings a unique, roof line, which doesn't necessarily gel with what the reality would more likely be. They give that one an extra dig out, that's fine. Now we went one over, didn't we, down this end? We did. We're going to give it a very similar... The rest of the roof is going to have a very similar roof line. It's going to be single... What do they call it? Single hip? Single... I have to look up my... architectural terms again. I think it's a single hip. Well, it kind of works. That's when I could have stepped in. Alright, let's get rid of that. Actually, no, that should go back one. Much neater, much neater. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to get this finished tonight. I mean, I won't. I might be able to finish the outer walls. I mean, what's like... See, this, even this level's not filled in. That's not filled in. That's not filled in. Small bits and pieces are. The layout down here is filled in. Downstairs, there's been applied. Yeah. Funny enough, these rooms are done. No, I'm just going to go straight up on this one. That's right. Now what you do is in here gets whoops. Okay, so that's over the outside one. All right. Okay, so out here is definitely like that. There's a small garden, and where the stairs come up, what I might do is I might come across like that, actually. Get rid of that, make that a wall. Like that. That becomes a wall. And we have a look. Pretty sure they want these to be roughly the same as what they were downstairs. However, this then becomes like an outdoor area like that. And then there's an internal. And that's like a big room. A big room. And then there goes an internal door into here. And then, like that. And in fact, then that makes this upper level completely sealed off. I wonder if I should put... no, it's coming up from a stone level, isn't it? In fact, what I could do is again make this roof line a bit more special. I don't think I will though, because that's meant to be an outdoor. We're going to get covered, I guess. Actually, what I will do is I will go side on for this one again. go. Look at that, coming up nicely. So I'm missing a roof line. I've done those. Done those. Oh, yeah, I have under there. Did that one. That's a bit weird, but anyway. The rest of these will follow a single massive front. Then will depend on down here. In fact, what did I say? I was going to go hard up. I should really go one more. I should. Everything else is done to that level. You can still have the blossoms over the top. What I will do again though is these inner ones can go straight up. Alright, so what have we done so far? Let's have a quick evaluation of where we've gotten to. We've completed downstairs. That's all done and lit up and seems to be well managed. We've built up most of the upper levels. We've got the supports in place. We built up, well, that level's done. This bit needs to be filled in. Most of the bottom floor here has been filled in. This top floor needs to be filled in. This side needs work. That bit's done. This side needs work. That needs work. And down there needs work. Got the crops, got the outdoor areas, got the animal holding pens. Got a little outdoor area here in place. Alright, so now what are we going to do here is start spreading the news. No, we're not. We're going to come back in and we're going to start bending this back. Like that. In fact, that's all one, that'll stay. Okay, that one's there. Now this down here is going to be an interesting shape because actually, like, whoop, whoop, 2 steps back. I mean, that'll get like that. Now the internal walls there do come out one. I guess what I can do is make that a small hip. Pretty sure hip is the right word. Alright, so what we'll continue to do here is that we'll come out there like that. One more roof. No, sorry, 2 more roofs, sorry. This one in here. Ooh, okay, that's an interesting layout, I gotta say. Yep, okay, now we're gonna do this one back over here. Be a little bit hard to do because of the tree. A little bit. Ah, you idiot. Ah, pop, still got plenty of distance to go. Should be about right. Okay, and not as nice as I might want. What I can do though is I'll get rid of that, that back in. Make one more, I think. Hmm. No, this one was supposed to go across. Oh, come off it. Yep, that's good enough. Don't fall down. Okay, so roofing is done. Now I just need to fix things up. Right, let's work out where I have finished. At least the exterior. Okay, that end is done. Okay, so we come down this end. Helps to have floors in. Floors are always useful. Right, so there's a door and a window. window. Guess I should probably put a ceiling in. Okay, this is going to be a couple. Yeah, I'm getting rid of a room that doesn't quite fit. So that's there. There's no external window for that room. That room has, we'll go with a couple. Is there an internal window out? No, there is not. This apparently does. Yeah, this room has a door and a window. How about I put the door there? Window there. The rest of the flooring would be useful. You have an external. You do have an external. You can have it there. That room's done. And this last room has, again, an internal window. Door down that end and a window. On the external wall has no windows. Yeah, that side is done. That is done. That's done, 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 and that's done there. This side is not yet done. Okay, comes down here. In fact, has no window but has a door. There's a door. And then this is secure the whole way down. Did I put glass in? Nope. Did now. Alright, so this has a door roughly opposite there. Here's a couple of windows. They're windowed as well. Is that done? Right, this is this round room. Oh, there's the round room. I go one room too far. No, I didn't. Not yet. Right, this room has... Yep, it's just above that. Has no external windows on this side. Let's have a door though. It does sort of give me the idea that there's an internal... Now this is a tower here. Now it does say there's an internal room. It doesn't quite fit though. We're just going to run along like this. It's a bit compressed. It's supposed to be a big... In fact, there's no more entrances up here. It's all internal. Oh, hang on. How many windows are there? There's a few. And this one actually has no windows on the external facing wall. So the internal external facing wall has a window there, which gets glass. This one's more difficult. It's going to have glass blocks is what it's going to have. Okay, that side's done. Yep. And let's have a look. Let's go jump off the edge. Done over there. Okay, so top and bottom is done. Top is done. Okay. Getting late. Should try and finish these floors off, to be honest. At some point. Staircases in a few places. I mean, we've got decorations and stuff. We obviously didn't get finished. There's a stairwell there. Yeah, we probably should do another set around there. There. This one's got a few more interesting rooms down the bottom. And in fact, I probably could do that. I mean, we got all downstairs done. Didn't furnish the rooms, but they're done. And they're secure. And upstairs is basically done. I mean, these rooms are secure. They're not decorated or lit. Let's just quickly duck off and have a look what this looks like now. Half lit up. What did I drop down there? Was that like... Why are you lit? Okay, you shouldn't be. Well, that's going to look really cool when it's all finally lit up. And I haven't lit up the top of the towers yet. You can see the plant farms and the crops and the chook sheds. And out this side, you got your balconies. All your balconies and stuff seem to work. It's looking really positive. Fly through a gap that I haven't filled. Right. Oh, I did think at some point we're going to put lanterns and torches all the way along the highway, but yeah, didn't get there. I think that's a good place to call it. Let's drop into chat, put some tunes on. And call it a night. Alrighty, a big thank you everyone coming out tonight. Regulars, first timers, chatters and lurkers, and people interested in coming and playing across all the various endpoints that we've got. Thank you very much for being here. The channels and its content, or the content we create, wouldn't be the same without you all. So yes, very much thank you for being here. Alright, what have we got coming up next? Well, first things first. Tomorrow we have Tomorrow we've got a giveaway. If you want in on that, head for the socials. Head for the Discord. Head for the Discord. You'll find a channel called Giveaways. You hit in there, you'll find a blue button. Click that, and you're automatically in the draw. And that gets drawn before Sunday's stream. And this week it is for a copy of Little Gator Game. So good luck to everyone with that. Tomorrow night's stream is Erica. Not sure if we're going to get all the way through it. It's got to do 6 playthroughs to get the plat. So we're going to be working hard on that. We'll start that tomorrow night. Might be a couple of sessions. Monday night is Mass Effect 2. Wednesday night is RPG night. Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. We're about to hit the high seas again. And Friday night, we're edging closer to finishing Prince of Persia Forgotten Sands. So we're really not that far back from finishing that. And then next Saturday back here with our multiplayer stream from our SMP server. And he's hoping we'll finish this build. I mean, it's taken us 3-4 weeks. It's actually probably it's had some more. It's been a more detailed build than I was expecting. A more advanced build than I was expecting. Yeah, well, not complaining about it. Otherwise, what else do we have? Yeah, no, that's all. If you want to know what time I'm streaming, check the socials. I put messages out on Twitter and Insta before it's stream indicating what we're in, and the Discord eventually picks those up, as well as putting a message out when the stream goes live, as well as the streams of a few of our friends over there. Otherwise, it's a very good night from me to all of you, and we'll see you all again next stream.